On our morning show today, we kick off a holiday week with a real treat. We have members of Riverdale Schools here today to put on their annual radio production. And I know they've been practicing for quite some time. Co-directors Chris Simonson and Catherine Fritz are in the studio. Catherine, we'll ask you to step to the microphone and tell us a little bit about what we're going to hear here today.
Well, good morning. And first of all, thank you for allowing us to come and enjoy this space and enjoy this tradition that's been going on for a long time. We are doing Old Scrooge, A Christmas Carol in 5 staves, dramatized by Charles Scott. And we've got 17 kids that are between Foley artists and actors and sound tech. And honestly, they've been working so hard. It's really awesome to watch them bring it together.
How often have you been practicing?
Several times a week. This last week, I think we did 4 rehearsals going from about 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So parents, I'm sorry they've been getting home late, but it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, I think we'll hear the finished product then. But it's tough, I'm guessing, to pick one that kind of fits the radio, doesn't it?
It really is. A lot of times we end up having to do cuts or a couple of rewrites to make it make sense on the radio, because when you have a stage production, you can see what's going on. You can see the background characters and things like that. Whereas on the radio, you don't necessarily know when someone enters unless we tell you, or there's a bell, like a doorbell or something like that. So it's kind of a fun little thing to just kind of tweak it a little bit and make it work.
So it's called Old Scrooge. Is it similar to the story that we know?
It is very similar to the Christmas Carol. It basically is the Christmas Carol. Sorry. It was written in 1877. So there is going to be some older language. If you need to pull up a dictionary, not while you're driving. If you need to pull up a dictionary while we go along, that's fine. The one thing I really learned is they refer to cutting the pigeon wing. It's a dance. It's where you jump up and click your heels together.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
So you learn something every day.
Yes.
And then you have, for our radio audience, you can't see, but we've got a sound effects person over here.
Yep, she's got her tote all ready with everything from chains to a xylophone to you name it. She's probably got it in there. It's Mary Poppins' trunk.
And that is so much fun for the students to learn about that, because, I mean, that's way before all of our times when old radio had the sound effects person live in the studio.
Exactly, and it's one of those things that Foley artists are used in movies now, but it's not something that you see on stage very often. So it's really cool for them to come in and experience this and see it, how we used to do it back in the day.
You have some familiar faces here. Do you have quite a few students who are veterans of this production?
Oh, yes. We have everyone from 7th grade through 12th grade, but we have quite a few that have been with us for many years.
Is this a class that they actually take, or is it?
Unfortunately, we do not have an actual drama class. We have a drama club. So what you're seeing is club members that are willing to sacrifice their evenings and weekends to come and do this, and they do such a great job. They have such a passion for it.
Well, I know our radio audience appreciates it. You've been doing this for a long time. Chris Simonson, any idea how many years you've been bringing a group here from Riverdale?
We've been coming since before 2010. But so, 15, 18 years at least. And then we did a couple of sporadic shows prior to that. But we've been doing this regularly, I would say about 17 or 18 years.
Right. And a very good production this year to kind of go along with the holiday season.
I believe so. This is such a different venue for kids and for audiences alike. You don't hear a lot of live audience or live radio dramatizations anymore the way you once did, in the 30s and 40s and even into the 50s. And it wasn't that long ago that Unshackled was still on the air, and those were the same type thing. But yeah, it's a neat venue.
Some year we have to make a video behind the scenes. I don't know if that would spoil, all of the behind the scenes, but it's funny because you were busy ushering the actors back and forth here, aren't you?
Well, we do the directing, kind of pointing traffic, as Bo would call it. But actually, the kids do a nice job of looking ahead and knowing, oh, that's where we are. That's where we are now. So, yeah, it is cool. There are some really neat films that are out there showing just how those things work, like Radioland Murders, and I've seen a dramatization of the War of the Worlds, how they came up with their different sounds. So, yeah, for me, that's really cool to see.
Yeah, and it's cool old-time radio.
The Riverdale Drama Club presents Old Scrooge, A Christmas Carol in 5 staves, dramatized by Charles A. Scott and made possible through public domain by Project Gutenberg Electric Works. The performers include Allison Adams, Braylee Bedward, Vivian Benedict, Wyatt Bray, Sienna DeGlow, Trinity Fry, Archer Imhoff, Delaney Imhoff, Ezra Noble, Adrian Rush, Abe Schaefer, Ellie Steiber, Mark Wilkie, Fiona Zarbach, Movana Zarbach, Luella Chitwood, and Kimber Wolfe. The production was directed by Catherine Fritz and Chris Simonson.
And 6 makes 28 pounds, 4 shill. What do you want in here?
My fire is newly out, sir, and I thought I would take 1 or 2 lumps of coal and...
You think more of your personal comforts than you do of your business and my interest.
The room, sir, is very cold, and I...
Work, sir, work. And I'll warrant that you'll keep warm. If you persist in this wanton waste of coals, you and I will have to part. 4 shillings, 9 pence.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Bah humbug.
Christmas a humbug, Uncle. You don't mean that, I'm sure.
I do. Merry Christmas? What right have you to be merry? What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Come then. What right have you to be dismal? What reason have you to be morose? You're rich enough.
Bah humbug.
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as this? Merry Christmas. Out upon Merry Christmas. What's Christmas time to you but a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself a year older, but not an hour richer. A time for balancing your books and having every item in 'em through a round dozen of months presented dead against you. If I could work my will, every idiot who goes on about a Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and burned with a stake of holly through his heart. He should.
Uncle!
Nephew, keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. Much good may it do you. Much good has it ever done you.
There are many things from which I might have derived good, by which I have not profited, I dare say, Christmas among the rest. But I am sure I have always thought of Christmas time as a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time, the only time I know of in the long calendar of the year when men and women seem by one consent to open their shut-up hearts freely and to think of people below them as if they really were fellow passengers to the grave and not another race of creatures bound on other journeys. And therefore, Uncle, though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good, and it will do me good, and I say, God bless it.
Let me hear another sound from you, and you'll keep Christmas by losing your situation. You are quite a powerful speaker, sir. I wonder you don't go into Parliament.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow.
I'd see you in hell first.
But why? Why?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love?
Because you fell in love. The only thing in the world more ridiculous than a Merry Christmas. Good afternoon.
Nay, Uncle, but you never came to see me before that happened. Why give it as a reason for not coming now?
Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you. Why cannot we be friends?
Good afternoon.
I am sorry, with all my heart, to find you so resolute. We have never had any quarrel to which I have been a party, but I have made the trial in homage to Christmas, and I'll keep my Christmas humor to the last. So, a Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
A Merry Christmas.
The same to you, and many of them.
There's another fellow, my clerk, with 15 shillings a week, and a wife and family, talking about a Merry Christmas. I'll retire to Bedlam.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years. He died 7 years ago this very night.
We have no doubt his liberality is well represented by his surviving partner. At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, it is more than usually desirable that we should make some slight provisions for the poor and destitute, who suffer greatly at the present time. Many thousands are in want of common necessaries. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comforts, sir.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
Oh, and the work union houses, are they still in operation?
They are. I wish I could say they were not.
The treadmill and the law are in full vigor then?
Both very busy, sir.
Oh, I was afraid from what you had said that something had occurred to stop them in their useful course. I am very glad to hear it.
Under the impression that they scarcely furnish Christian cheer of mind or body to the multitude, a few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to buy the poor some meat and drink, in means of warmth. We chose this time because it is a time of all others when want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices. What shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to be anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Since you ask me what I wish, gentlemen, that is my answer. I don't make merry myself at Christmas, and I can't afford to make idle people merry. I help to support the establishments I have mentioned. They cost enough, and those who are badly off must go there.
Many can't go there, and many would rather die.
They had better do it, and decrease the surplus population. It's not my business. It's enough for a man to understand his own business and not interfere with other people's. Mine occupies me constantly. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
It is useless. We may as well withdraw.
Begone! I will have none of your carols here. You'll want all day tomorrow, I suppose.
If quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. If I was to stop half a crown for you, you'd think yourself ill-used. I'll be bound. And yet, you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
It's only once a year, sir.
A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But I supposed you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier the next morning.
I will, sir. Now, for a slide on Cornhill, at the end of a lane of boys, 20 times, in honor of Christmas Eve, and then for Camden Town, as hard as I can pout.
Oh, Marley's been dead 7 years tonight. Impossible. Nobody's under the table. Nobody under the couch. Nobody in the closet. Nobody nowhere. Bah humbug. It's humbug still. I won't believe it. How? Now? What do you want from me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then? You're particular for a shade.
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you sit down?
I can.
Then do it.
You don't believe in me.
I don't.
What evidence do you require of my reality beyond that of your senses?
I don't know.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheat. You may be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of underdone potato. There's more gravy than grave about you.
Oh!
Mercy, dreadful apparition. Why do you trouble me?
Man of the worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do. I must. But why do spirits walk the earth? And why do they come to me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men and travel far and wide. And if that spirit goes forth not in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It is doomed to wander through the earth. Oh, woe is me! And witness what it cannot share, but might have shared on earth. Turn to happiness.
You are fettered. Tell me why.
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard. I girded it on my own free will, and of my own free will I wear it. Is its pattern strange to you? Or would you know the weight and length of the strong coil you bear yourself? It was full, as heavy, and as long as this 7 Christmas Eves ago. You have labored on it since. It is a ponderous chain.
Jacob, old Jacob Marley. Tell me more. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. It comes from other regions, Ebenezer Scrooge, and is conveyed by other ministers to other lands of men. Nor can I tell you what I would. A very little more is all that is permitted to me. I cannot rest, I cannot stay, I cannot linger anywhere. My spirit never walked beyond our counting house, mark me. In life, my spirit never roved beyond the narrow limits of our money-changing hole, and weary journeys lie before me.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence were all my business. The dealings of my trade were but a drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my business. At this time of the rolling year I suffer most. Why did I walk through the crowds of fellows beings with my eyes turned down and never raise them to that blessed star which led the wise men to a poor abode? Were there no poor houses to which its lights would have conducted me? Hear me, my time is nearly gone.
I will, but don't be hard upon me. Don't be flowery, Jacob, pray.
How is it that I appear before you in a shape that you can see? I may not tell. I have sat invisible beside you many and many a day. That is no light part of my penance. I am here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and hope of escaping my fate. A chance and hope of my procuring, Ebenezer.
You were always a good friend to me. Thank ye.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance and hope you mentioned, Jacob?
It is.
I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first tomorrow when the bell tolls 1.
Couldn't I take 'em all at once and have it over, Jacob?
Expect the second on the next night at the same hour. The third on the night following, when the last stroke of 12 has ceased to vibrate. Look to see me no more, and look that, for your own sake, you remember what has passed between us.
Way, it isn't possible that I could have slept through a whole day and far into another night. It isn't possible that anything has happened to the sun and that this is 12 o'clock at noon. Oh, are you the spirit, sir, whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
I beg you will be covered.
What? Would you so soon put out with worldly hands the light I give? Is it not enough that you are one of those whose passions made this cap and forced me through whole trains of years to wear it low upon my brow?
I have no intention of offending you. May I make bold to inquire what business has brought you here?
Your welfare.
I am much obliged, but I think a night of unbroken rest would be more conducive to that end.
Your reclamation, then. Take heed, observe the shadows of the past, and profit by the recollection of them.
What would you have me do?
Remain where you are, while memory recalls the past.
Good heavens, I was a boy. It's the school, and it's the Christmas I was left alone.
You remember it?
Yes, I remember it well.
Strange to have forgotten this for so many years.
I wish. but it's too late now.
What is the matter?
Nothing. There was a boy singing a Christmas carol at my door last night, and I should like to have given him something, that's all.
Dear brother, I have come to bring you home, dear brother, to bring you home.
Home, little fan?
Yes, home for good and all, home forever and ever. Father is so much kinder than he used to be. That home is like heaven. He spoke to me so gently, dear night, when I was going to bed, that I was not afraid to ask him once more if you might come home. And he said, yes, you should, and sent me in a coach to bring you. And you're to be a man and to never come back here. But first, we're to be together all the Christmas long and have the merriest time in all the world.
You're quite the woman, little fan.
Bring down Master Scrooge's box there. Always a delicate creature, whom a breath might have withered, but she had a large heart.
So she had. You're right. I will not gainsay it, Spirit. Lord forbid.
She died a woman, and had, as I think, children.
One child.
True, your nephew.
Yes.
Let us see another Christmas. Do you know it?
Know it? I was apprenticed here. Why, it's old Fezziwig, bless his heart. It's Fezziwig alive again. And Mrs. Fezziwig, too. Dick Wilkins, to be sure. With Fezziwig's 2 daughters. Bless me, yes. There he is. He was very much attached to me, was Dick. Poor Dick. And see me? Cutting the pigeon wing. Dear.
A small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude.
Small? Why, old Fezziwig was one of the best men that had ever lived. He never missed giving his employees a Christmas ball.
Why is it not? He spent but a few pounds of money, 3 or 4 pounds perhaps. Is that so much that he deserves your praise?
It isn't that, Spirit. He had the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our services light or burdensome, a pleasure or a toil. Say that his power lives in words and looks, in things so light and insignificant that it is impossible to add them up. Or what then? The happiness he gives is quite as great if it cost a fortune. Oh dear.
What is the matter?
Nothing particular.
Something, I think.
No. I should like to be able to say a word or two to my clerk just now. That's all.
My time grows short. Let us hurry on. Do you remember this?
It is Bell, as sure as I am a living sinner.
It matters little to you very little. Another idol has displaced me, and if it can cheer and comfort you in time to come, as I would have tried to, I have no just cause to grieve.
What idol has displaced you?
A golden one.
This is the even-handed dealing of the world. There is nothing on which it is so hard as poverty, and there is nothing it professes to condemn with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. All your other hopes have merged into the hope of being beyond the chance of its sordid reproach. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off one by one until the master passion, gain, engrosses you. Have I not?
What then? Even if I have grown so much wiser, what then? I am not changed towards you, am I?
Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so, until in good season we could improve our worldly fortune by our patient industry. You are changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
Your own feeling tells you that you are not what you are. I am. That which promised happiness when we were one in heart is fraught with misery now that we are two. How often and how keenly I have thought of this, I will not say. It is enough that I have thought of it and can release you.
Have I ever sought release?
In words? No, never.
In what then?
In a changed nature, in an altered spirit, in another atmosphere of life, another hope as to its great end. And everything that made my love of any worth or any value in your sight. If this had never been between us, tell me, would you seek me out and try to win me now? No.
You think not?
I would gladly think otherwise, if I could. Heaven knows. But if you were free today, tomorrow, yesterday, can I believe that you would choose a dowerless girl? I release you with a full heart from the love of him you once were. May you be happy in this life you have chosen. Farewell.
Belle, hear me. Let me explain.
Spirit, show me no more. Conduct me home. Why do you delight to torture me?
O mortal, what a treasure didst thou cast away! She whom you resigned for paltry gold became the happy wife of your former schoolmate, Kemper. One shadow more. Behold now the tender mother of smiling children in their joyous home, a home that might have been your own.
No more, no more. I do not wish to see it.
Behold.
Belle, I saw an old friend of yours this afternoon.
Who was it?
Guess.
How can I? I don't know. Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Scrooge it was. Your old sweetheart. I passed his office window, and as it was not shut up, and he had a candle inside, I could scarcely help seeing him. His partner, old Jacob Marley, lies upon the point of death, I hear. And there he sat, alone. Quite alone in this world, I do believe.
Poor old man.
Spirit, remove me from this place.
I told you, these were the shadows of the things that have been, that they are what they are. Do not blame me.
I am to blame for what they are, and now that I see what they might have been, I am more wrecked than ever. Remove me. I cannot bear it. Leave me. Take me back. Haunt me no longer.
Come in! Come in and know me better, man. You have never seen the like of me before.
Never.
Have never walked forth with the younger members of my family, meaning, for I am very young, my elder brothers born in these later years.
I don't think I have. I'm afraid I have not. Have you had many brothers, Spirit?
More than 1,800.
A tremendous family to provide for. Spirit, conduct me where you will. I went forth last night on compulsion and learned a lesson which is now working. Tonight, if you have aught to teach me something, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe and remember that we are invisible and unable to manifest our presence to those with whom we come in contact. Loose not your hold, lest you should lose yourself.
What has ever gotten into your precious father, then? And your brother, Tiny Tim, and Martha weren't as late last Christmas Day by half an hour.
Here's Martha, Mother. Here's Martha. Hurrah! Oh, Martha, there's such a big goose at the baker's next door. I smelt it cooking.
Why, bless your heart alive, my dear. How late you are.
We had a deal of work to finish up last night and had to clear it away this morning, Mother.
Well, never mind. As long as you are come, sit ye down before the fire, my dear, and have a warm. Lord bless ye.
No, there's Father coming. Hide, Martha, hide!
Where is our Martha?
Come, Tiny Tim, and see the pudding boil.
Not coming.
Not coming on Christmas Day.
Dear Father, I couldn't see you disappointed, if only it were in joke.
You're a good girl, Martha, and a great comfort to us all.
And how did little Tim behave?
As good as gold, and better. Somehow he gets thoughtful, sitting by himself so much, and thinks the strangest things you have ever heard. He told me coming home that he hoped the people saw him in church because he was a cripple, and it might be pleasant to them to remember upon Christmas Day who made lame beggars walk and blind men see. Tiny Tim is growing strong and hardy.
Hurrah, hurrah! Here's Peter with the big goose.
Hurrah!
Oh, look at the stuffing!
Hurrah!
God bless us!
God bless everyone.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see a vacant seat in the poor chimney corner and a crutch without an owner carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, none other of my race will find him here. What then? If he be like to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population.
My very words.
Man, if man you be in heart not adamant, forbear that wicked cant until you have discovered what the surplus is and where it is. Will you decide what men shall live and what men shall die? It may be, in sight of heaven, you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child. O heaven, to hear the insect on the leaf pronouncing on the too much life among his hungry brothers of the dust.
Now, Martha, Belinda, change the plates while I bring the nuts, apples, and oranges.
Here is what will remind us it is Christmas. I'll give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I'd have him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon. And I hope he'd give it a good appetite for it.
My dear, the children, Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I am sure, on which one drinks to the health of such a stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. No one knows better than you, poor fellow.
My dear, Christmas Day.
I'll drink to his health for your sake and the day's, not for his. Long live him, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He will be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt.
A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Spirit, take me away. I see the very mention of my name casts a gloom on what, were it not for me, would be a very happy party.
Wait! They will soon put the memory of you aside, and will be 10 times merrier than before, and Tiny Tim will sing.
No, take me hence.
Oh, we forgot the pudding! The pudding! The pudding! He said Christmas was a humbug, as I live. He believed it, too.
More shame for him, Fred.
He's a comical old fellow, that's the truth. And not so pleasant as he might be, however. His offenses carry their own punishment, and I have nothing to say against him.
I'm sure he's very rich, Fred. At least you always tell me so.
What of that, my dear? His wealth is of no use to him. He don't do any good with it. He don't make himself comfortable with it. He hasn't the satisfaction of thinking that he's ever going to benefit us with it.
I have no patience with him.
Neither have I for a stingy old wretch.
Oh, I have. I am sorry for him. I couldn't be angry with him if I tried. Who suffers by his ill whims? Himself, always. Here he takes it into his head to dislike us, and he won't come and dine with us. What's the consequence? He don't lose much of a dinner.
Indeed, I think he loses a very good dinner.
A much better one than he could have served up in his old dingy chambers.
Well, I'm very glad to hear it, because I haven't great faith in these housekeepers. What do you say, Topper?
A bachelor like myself is a wretched outcast, and has no right to express an opinion on such an important subject.
Do go on, Fred. He never finishes what he begins to say. He is such a ridiculous fellow.
I was only going to say that the consequence of our uncle taking a dislike to us and not making merry with us is, as I think, that he loses some pleasant moments, which could do him no harm. Uncle Scrooge, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If it only puts him in the vein to leave his poor clerk 50 pounds, that's something. And I think I shook him yesterday. Come, let us have some music. We must not devote the whole evening to music, though. Suppose we have a game?
Agreed.
Time flies. I have grown old. We must hasten on.
No. 1/2 hour, Spirit. Only one?
I have a new game to propose.
What is it?
It is a game called Yes and No. I am thinking of something and you are all to guess what it is. I am thinking of an animal, a live animal. Rather, a disagreeable animal. A savage animal that growls and grunts sometimes, and talks sometimes, and lives in London, and walks about the streets, and is not made a show of, and is not led by anybody, and don't live in a menagerie, and it is not a horse, a cow, or a donkey, or a bull. There. Now guess.
Is it a pig?
No.
Is it a tiger?
No.
Is it a dog?
No.
Is it a cat?
It's a monkey.
No.
Is it a bear?
No.
I have found it. I know what it is, Fred. I know what it is.
What is it?
It's your Uncle Scrooge.
Yes.
It is hardly fair. You ought to have said yes when I said it's a bear.
He has given us plenty of merriment, I'm sure, and would be ungrateful not to drink his health. Here is some mulled wine ready to our hand at the moment, and when you are ready, I say Uncle Scrooge.
Well, Uncle Scrooge.
A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old man. He wouldn't take it from me, but may he have it nevertheless. Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
Can this be the spirit of Christmas future that I see approaching, shrouded in a black garment which conceals its head, its form, its face, and leaves nothing visible save one outstretched hand? I am in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come. It points onward with its hand. You are about to show me the shadows of things that have not happened, but will happen in the time before us. Is that so, Spirit? Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specters I have seen before. But as I know your purpose is to do me good, and as I hope to live to be another man from what I was, I am prepared to bear your company, and do it with a thankful heart. Will you not speak to me? It will not speak. The hand points straight before us. Lead on, lead on. The night is waning fast, and it is precious time to me. I know. Lead on, Spirit. Ah, here comes Stephen and there Jones. I have made it a point to stand well in their esteem. That is in a business point of view.
How are you? Pretty well. So, Old Scratch has got his own at last, hey?
So I am told. Cold, isn't it?
Seasonable for Christmas time. You're not a skater, I suppose.
No. Something else to think of. Good morning.
Ah, here are more of my old business friends. The Spirit directs me to hear what they say.
No, I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why? What was the matter with him? I thought he would never die.
I did not take the trouble to inquire.
What has he done with his money?
I haven't heard. Oh, left it to his company, perhaps. He hasn't left it to me, that's all I know. It's likely to be a very cheap funeral, for upon my life, I don't know of anybody to go to it. Suppose we make a party and volunteer?
I don't mind going if a lunch is provided. I must be fed if I make one.
Well, I am the most disinterested, after all, for I never wear black gloves and I never eat lunch, but I'll offer to go if anybody else will. When I come to think of it, I'm not at all sure that I wasn't his most particular friend, for we used to stop and speak whenever we met.
I would volunteer, but that I have another little matter to attend to that will prevent me. However, I have no objections to joining you in a drink to his memory.
I'm with you. Let us adjourn to the punch bowl.
To whom can these allusions refer? Jacob Marley has been dead these 7 years. And surely those whom I have considered my best friends would not speak ill of my death. I suppose, however, that these conversations have some latent moral for my own improvement, and I now resolved upon a change of life. I shall treasure up and all I see and hear. Lead on, Shadow. I follow.
You couldn't have met in a better place. Come in. You were made free here long ago, you know, and the other two ain't strangers. Stop till I shut the door of the shop. Ah, how it shrieks. There isn't much of such a rusty bit of metal in this place as its own hinges, I believe, and I'm sure there's no such old bones in here such as mine. We're all suitable to our calling. We're all well matched. Come. We are all at home here.
What odds, then? What odds, Mrs. Dilber? Every person has a right to take care of themselves. He always did.
That is true indeed. No man cared more for himself than he did.
Why then, don't stand staring if you was afraid, woman. Who's the wiser? We're not going to pick holes in each other's coats, I suppose.
No, indeed. We should hope not.
Very well, then. That's enough. Who's the worse for the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose.
No, indeed.
Very well, then. That's enough. If he wanted to keep him after he was dead, the wicked old screw, why wasn't he natural in his lifetime? If he had been, he'd have had somebody more to look after him when he was struck with death, instead of lying gasping out his last there, alone, by himself.
It's the truest word ever spoke. It's judgment on him.
I wish it was a little heavier judgment, and it should have been. You may depend on it. If I could have laid my hands on anything else. Open that bundle, old Joe, and let me know the value of it. Speak out plain. I'm not afraid to be the first, nor afraid to let them see it. We knew pretty well that we were helping ourselves before we met here, I believe. It's no sin. Open the bundle, Joe.
Oh, no, we don't mind showing what we have. Here, Joe, value these.
Seal, 8 shillings, pencil case, 3 and 6 pence, pair of sleeve buttons, 5 and 4 pence, scarf pin, 9 pence, 9 and 4, 13, and 6 is 19, 7, 1 and 5, 6, and 13 is 9, and 8 makes 17. That's your account, and I wouldn't give another 6 pence if I was bold for it.
I hope you'll be more liberal with me, Mr. Joe. I'm a poor lone widow, and it's hard for me to make a living.
I always give too much to the ladies. It's a weakness of mine, and that's the way I ruin myself. Underclothing, sheets, towels, sugar tongs. These teaspoon aprons are old-fashioned, and the boots won't bear mending. £1.06, that's your account. If you asked me for another penny and made an open question, I'd repent for being liberal and knock you half a crown.
Now undo my bundle, Joe.
What do you call this? Bed curtains?
Bed curtains.
You don't mean you took 'em down, rings and all, with old Scrooge lying there?
Yes, I do. Why not?
You were born to make a fortune, and you certainly do it.
I certainly shan't hold my hand when I can get anything in it by reaching it out, for the sake of such a man as he was. I promise you, Joe. Don't drop that oil upon the blanket now.
His blankets?
Whose else's do you think? He isn't likely to take hold without 'em, I dare say.
I hope he didn't die of anything catching, eh?
Don't you be afraid of that. I ain't so fond of his company that I'd loiter about him for such things if he did. You may look through that shirt till your eyes ache, but you won't find a hole in it nor a threadbare place. It's the best he had, and a fine one, too. They'd have wasted it if it hadn't been for me.
What do you call wasting of it?
Putting it on him to be buried in, to be sure. Somebody was fool enough to do it, but I took it off again. If calico ain't good enough for such a purpose, it isn't good enough for anything. It's as becoming to the body. He can't look uglier than he did in that one.
Well, I'll ruin myself again. I'll give you 2 guineas for the lot and go bankrupt to the court.
This is the end of it, you see. He frightened everyone away from him when he was alive, to profit all of us when he was dead.
Spirit, it is evident that the only emotion you can show me, caused by the event foreshadowed, is one of pleasure. Let me see some tenderness connected with the death of another, or what has just been shown me will be forever present in my mind.
And he took a child and set him in the midst of them.
Where have I heard those words? I have not dreamed them. Why does he not go on?
The color hurts my eyes.
Yes, poor Tiny Tim.
They're better now. It makes them weak by candlelight, and I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he comes home for the world. It must be near his time.
Past it, rather. But I think he was walked a little slower than he used these last few evenings, Mother.
I have known him to walk. I have known him to walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder very fast indeed.
And so have I, often.
And so have I.
But he was very light to carry. And your father loved him so that it was no trouble. No trouble. And there's your father at the door.
Hard at work, my dears, hard at work. How industrious you are, and what progress you are making. You will be done long before Sunday.
Sunday? You went today then, Robert?
Yes, my dear. I wish you could have gone. It would have done you good to see how green a place it is. But you'll see it often. I promised him that I would walk there on a Sunday. My little child. My little child. Oh, I must tell you of the extraordinary kindness of Mr. Scrooge's nephew, whom I have scarcely seen but once, and who, meeting me in the street, and seeing that I looked just a little down, inquired what had happened to distress me, on which, for he is the plenteest spoken gentleman you ever heard, I told him I am heartily sorry for it, Mr. Cratchit, he said, and heartily sorry for your good wife. By the by, how he ever knew that, I don't know.
Knew what, my dear?
Why, that you were a good wife.
Everybody knows that.
Very well observed, my boy. I hope they do. Heartily sorry, he said, for your good wife. If I can be of service to you in any way, he said, giving me his card, that's where I live. Pray, come to me. Now, it wasn't for the sake of anything he might be able to do for us so much as for his kind way, that this was quite delightful. It really seemed as if he had known our Tiny Tim and felt with us.
I'm sure he's a good soul.
You would be sure of it, my dear, if you saw and spoke to him. I shouldn't be at all surprised, mark my words, if he got Peter a better situation.
Only hear that, Peter.
And then Peter will be keeping company with someone and setting up for himself.
Get along with you.
It's just as likely as not. One of these days, though there's time for that, my dear, but however and whenever we part from one another, I am sure we shall none forget us poor Tiny Tim, shall we?
Never, Father.
And I know, my dears, that when we recollect how patient and how mild he was, although he was a little child, we shall not quarrel easily among ourselves and forget poor Tiny Tim in doing it.
No, never, Father.
I am very happy. Spirit of Tiny Tim, the childish essence is from above.
Spirit, hear me. I am not the man I was. I will not be the man I must have been, but for this intercourse. Why have you shown me all that you have if I am past all hope? Good Spirit, your nature intercedes for me and pities me. Assure me that I have yet to change the shadows you have shown me by an alter life. Your hand trembles. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me, I may sponge away the shadows of the future. Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven, and the ghost of Christmas time, be praised for this. I say it on my knees. Old Jacob, on my knees. They are not torn down. The bed curtains are not torn down. Rings and all. There they are. I am here. The shadows of the things that would have been may be dispelled. They will be. I know they will. I don't know what to do. I am as light as a feather. I am as happy as an angel. I am as merry as a schoolboy. I am as giddy as a drunken man. A Merry Christmas to everybody. A Happy New Year to all the world. Halloo here. Whoop, halloo. I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know how long I could have been among the spirits. I don't know anything. I'm quite a baby. Never mind. I don't care. I'd rather be a baby. Hey, you, Sunday boy, in your clothes. What is today?
Eh?
What's today, my fine fellow?
Today? Why, Christmas Day!
It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. They can do anything. Of course they can. Of course they can. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello.
Do you know the poulterers in the next street but one, at the corner?
I should hope I did.
An intelligible boy. A remarkable boy. Do you know whether they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging up there? Not the little prize turkey, the big one.
What? The one as big as me?
What a delightful little boy. It is a pleasure to talk to him. Yes, my buck.
It's hanging there now.
It is? Go and buy it.
What do you take me for?
No. I am in earnest. Go and buy it, and tell him to bring it here, that I may give them the directions where to take it. Come back with the man, and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with him in less than 5 minutes, and I'll give you half a crown. I shall love it as long as I live. I scarcely ever looked at it before. What an honest impression it has of a face on it. It's a wonderful knocker. Oh, here's the turkey. Halloo, whoop, how are you? Merry Christmas. There's a turkey for you. This bird could not have stood up on its legs. He would have snapped him short off in a minute, like sticks of sealing wax. Here's your half crown, boy. Now take the monster to Bob Cratchit in Camden Town. Hold that. This turkey is too large for you to carry. Take a cab. Here's the money to pay for it. My dear sir, how do you do? I hope you succeeded yesterday. It was very kind of you. A Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that is my name. And I fear it may not have been pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon. And will you have the goodness... Whisper.
Lord bless me. You take my breath away. My dear Mr. Scrooge, are you really serious?
If you please, not a farthing less. A great many back payments are included in it. I assure you. Will you do me the favor?
My dear sir, I don't know what else to say to such generosity.
Don't say a thing. Please, come see me. Will you come see me?
I will, with great pleasure.
Thank ye. I am much obliged to you. Thank you 50 times. Bless you. Halloo, Bob Cratchit. What do you mean by coming here?
I am very sorry, sir. I was not coming. I was only passing, sir, on my way to hear the Christmas carols.
What right have you to be passing here to remind me that it is Christmas?
It's only once a year, sir. It shall not be repeated.
Now, I'll tell you what, my friend. I am not going to stand this any longer, and therefore, I give you permission to pass my house 50 times a day if you want to. I'll give you a week's vacation without any deduction for lost time. I am about to raise your salary. A Merry Christmas, Bob. A merrier Christmas, Bob, my good fellow, than I have ever given you for many a year. I'll raise your salary and endeavor to assist your struggling family. And I'll be Tiny Tim's godfather. Come along, my good fellow. We'll go to church together and discuss your affairs on the way. Tiny Tim, what do you say to that?
I say, God bless us, everyone.
I'd like to say something, sir, but you have deprived me of the power of speech.
Come on, then. We'll talk it over as we go. Come, Tiny Tim, and go with your godfather.
Is it possible? You surprise me. I never had the least idea that you had ever met Uncle Scrooge, much less that he was an old admirer of yours.
Oh, do tell us all about it, dear mother. I'm dying to hear it.
Well, you must know, my dear children, that Fanny Scrooge, your mother, Fred, was my earliest friend and schoolmate, and through her I became acquainted with her brother, your uncle, at that time a noble-spirited boy, fresh from his studies. Our friendship soon ripened into love, and a betrothal I cannot describe to you how happy and light-hearted I was, and how true and devoted your uncle continued. Our marriage was deferred until some time, as he should be in a position to provide us a suitable home. After he left Mr. Fezziwig's, where he had served his time, he entered the service of Jacob Marley, and subsequently became his partner. It was at this time I observed a change in him. He was not less ardent than before, but I soon discovered that avarice had become the guiding passion of his nature, and that our love was subservient to its influence. Foreseeing that misery could ensue from our union, I released him from the engagement. And now, after the lapse of many years, with the exception of the day 5 years ago, when he attended your father's funeral, we have not met or exchanged a word with each other.
But Mother, did you really love him?
I did, my dear, previous to the discovery of the change in him.
And did you not sacrifice your love in releasing him?
I merely sacrificed my desires to common sense. Love, to be lasting, must be mutual, and if it is not paramount to all other passions, it ends in misery or hate. Hence, being guided by judgment, I soon found by experience that true love can exist if worthily bestowed.
Well, dear mother, I agree with your estimate of Uncle Scrooge. This is the 6th Christmas day of our married life, and each Christmas Eve I have invited him to come and dine with us, but he has never yet honored us with his presence, and I suppose he never will.
Fred, may I come in?
Why, bless my soul, who's that?
It is I, your Uncle Scrooge. I have accepted your invitation. Will you let me in?
Let you in? Dear heart alive, why not? Welcome, welcome! My wife? Your niece? Yes, you may! Our mother.
Belle, heavens, what shall I do?
I fear that our meeting will be painful. I beg your permission, my son, to retire.
No. This is Christmas Day. Everybody can be happy on this day that desires to be, and I know that your meeting can be made a pleasant and agreeable one if you both so will it. Peace on earth and goodwill to man is the day's golden maxim.
Although somewhat embarrassed, I concur most heartily in the wise and good-natured counsel of my dear nephew. Never before have I experienced the joys common to this day, and never hereafter, while I am permitted to live, shall I miss them. In the past 24 hours, I have undergone a complete revolution of ideas and desires, and have awakened unto a new life. Instead of a sordid, avaricious old man, I trust you will find a cheerful, liberal Christian, ever ready to extend to his fellow creatures a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Why, Uncle, I wonder you don't go into Parliament. I could dance for joy. You dear old man, you shall ever find a hearty welcome here.
I join with my husband in his earnest congratulations.
I confess, Mr. Scrooge, that I am rejoiced to find your nephew's assertion so quickly verified, and that an opportunity is offered to renew an acquaintance which I hope will end in uninterrupted friendship.
Ah, here comes Topper and the girls. Come, girls, hug and kiss your Uncle Scrooge. He has come to make merry with us. Hug him hard. This is Topper, and this is Snapper. They're both sweet on the girls.
Oh, you bad man.
Come, let us lose no time. What do you say to a game? Shall it be Blind Man's Buff?
Agreed.
Come, Uncle Scrooge, the oldest first.
Do with me as you please. It is Christmas Day.
That's not fair. You peeped. I won't play anymore.
Well, I could have guessed that catch, and it's nothing more than fair that he should peep before making it. It seems, my dear, that our company have divided into couples. Ought we not demand an explanation?
As master of the house, it is your duty.
Mr. Thomas Topper and others, we have long suspected you of some horrible design against the peace and happiness of this family. What say you to the charge?
On behalf of our clients, we plead guilty.
And urge extenuating circumstances.
Then nothing more remains but for the court to pronounce sentence, which is that you be placed under the bonds of matrimony at such time and place as may suit your convenience. But, Madame Belle Kemper and Ebenezer Scrooge, what have you say in your defense?
Only this, that Christmas works wonders.
In other words, Mrs. Kemper finds that Christmas has restored me to a primitive condition and leaves it to test the time of happy and change. We all have cause to bless Christmas, and it shall always be my delight to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. With Tiny Tim's edition of God bless us, everyone.